Hi, I'm Reb Myron. I'm a minister through Pathways of Light, and I've been a Course in Miracles student for 44 years. I'm going through the lessons again this year, asking Jesus for clarity, and then I write from that clarity, and that's what I'm sharing with you today. Before we get started, maybe you'd be interested to know about my background. Oh, it's an old story. I have some friends who live in a different town than I do. And we became friends studying the course. And we would just get together every time we had a chance, sometimes going on trips together. Like we one time went to see Gary Renard, who was doing a workshop like a couple of states over. Went to Galveston one time and got a place on the beach and studied together there. And I mean, and we've known each other for quite a while now. Anyway, somewhere in the midst of all this, we started, someone started calling us the zebras. I don't remember who started that, someone in the group. And the zebras, we were just like, a horse of a different stripe, a little different than everybody else. And so I started buying little statues of zebras and I gave everybody in the group one. And so that's our one of our get-togethers was in a really nice cabin on a lake, and everybody brought their zebra, and so we put them up there together. That's a picture I took of it. Okay, so we're looking at lesson number 100. My part is essential to God's plan for salvation. Oh my goodness, what a wonderful lesson this is. My part is essential to God's plan for salvation, and my part is to be joyful. This is not a demand placed on me, but a recognition of what I am. My joy teaches others that God does not want our sacrifice, just the opposite. In His love for us, He wants only our happiness. Often our problem is that we do not understand what brings us happiness. Perhaps by this time you've begun to suspect that happiness does not come from the size of your bank account or your professional success. I remember Jim Carrey once said he wished everyone could experience the fame, money, and success that he had so they could see that that was not it. The real problem with trying to achieve happiness in our own way is that we do not know what will bring it. Certainly, we do not know what will bring perfect happiness, so we go through life trying one thing after another. I know that was true for me. I was looking for happiness in marriage and motherhood and success at my job and earning more money. None of it brought me what I was seeking because I was looking in the wrong place. Even if I had succeeded in all these areas, I still would not have found the joy that is meant for me. Now I understand. My joy is in discovering, remembering who I am. I don't have to discover that out there somewhere. It's within me. That is why we're asked to spend 5 minutes each hour going within to find the self we have always been. The only obstacle to finding this joyful self is a fear that I'm sacrificing my chance to find happiness here and now. But what I have discovered is that seeking for joy in the world is a useless effort. At best, it offers short-lived moments of satisfaction, followed by longer periods of uncertainty, doubt, and even fear. I gain money and then worry about losing it or fear it is not enough. When I become successful at my job, I worried constantly about competition undoing all my hard work. Sometimes I felt like a good mother and then just as often like a complete failure. And always there was fear that I would somehow fail to keep these precious lives safe, that I would fail to help them flourish. And I did make many mistakes. If you read the news, you may wonder how on earth we're supposed to be joyful in the midst of everything going on right now. And if you're looking for the world to right itself before you allow yourself to be joyful in this earthly story, then you never will be joyful. Something is always going on. I've discovered that there is joy in me, and I can choose to experience it, or I can stare into the abyss of uncertainty and frighten myself. I've tried it both ways many times, and I keep coming back to joy and discovering that it is always available, no matter what's happening around me. Joy, as given by God, does not exist in the illusion. True joy, complete and unchanging, is real, and it is here and now, but not to be found out there. We must go within and find the self that God created. Those who have done this, and there are many, tell us that once we awaken from the self we made, suffering ends in this lifetime. What is there to suffer from except the belief in bodies that are separate and go their separate ways? And this is not about a separate ego self finding happiness. Our happiness cannot be complete while others suffer because we are not separate from them. We are connected to each other. Their fate is our fate. They complete us, and together we share in the completion of God. We must each accept our part in God's plan for salvation through our joy at discovering our true self. And a quote from the lesson. This part is as essential to his plan as to your happiness. Your joy must be complete to let his plan be understood by those to whom he sends you. They will see their function in your shining face and hear God calling to them in your happy laugh. And so today, I instruct my mind that I will teach peace by being peaceful and teach joy by being joyful. And in that choice, I remember that joy is not something I find, it is what I am. Thank you so much for joining me today in this reading. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, then please like it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. And I'll be back soon with another reading. See you then.